So last time we had so many questions about this visa, and today our live session will be all about 186. So let's start the live session. And Neet Dhillon, our migration agent, she is here with me. Yes. Okay. So Neet, we'll start with our 186 visa. And my first question is about the basic eligibility criteria of 186 visa.
Okay. So with 186 visa, first of all, guys, it is a permanent resident visa, but it is employer nominated scheme. And 186, it has again three different streams: 186 direct entry, 186 TRT, and 186 labor agreement stream. So it has three different stream. And in today's webinar, our main focus would be 186 direct entry. And in TRT as well, like we will touch base on TRT as well in today's seminar. So let's dive into 186 direct entry. If you have question, you can start shooting your questions. Otherwise, we'll just start with the basic eligibility criteria for 186 direct entry.
Okay, so Neet, yes, audience, they are joining us. Sandhu, Nitesh. Okay, so we'll wait for their questions.
Yeah, sure.
So my next question is like, how about cook? Like, can they apply for 186?
Okay, so as I haven't started yet with the eligibility criteria, 186 direct entry means your occupation needs to be in medium to long-term skill occupation list.
Okay.
Cook is definitely not in the list. It is in short-term skill occupation list or ROL. So in that case, a cook is not eligible to apply for 186 direct entry. So whosoever has asked the question, I hope this answered your question. A cook cannot apply for 186 direct entry, but a cook can apply for 186 TRT.
Okay, so Neet, we are live on different social media platform on Facebook,
yeah,
Instagram as well. So I have a question. Someone is asking, like, working as a motor mechanic and 3 months left to their 3 years of experience.
Yeah.
Can they apply? Visa is expiring next month, and can they apply 186?
Okay, guys, I know there is a confusion in the market, like about 186 and 482 when it comes to eligibility criteria. For 482 visa, even if your experience is like short of like, let's say 2 or 3 months, at 21 months even, you can apply for 482 visa. Whereas 186, 3 years is time of application criteria. It means you need to have 3 full year before lodging your application. So you cannot just be short of 1 or 2 months and then lodge the application. It will be refused.
Okay, so everyone, if you have any questions for 186 visa, you can drop your messages and you can comment here, and Neet will answer your questions. Okay, so all right.
So is it like
I think yeah, we need to just.
Okay, somebody is asking whether to do Nati or not. Gil, ਦੇਖੋ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜੋ ਮਾਈਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਟਜੀ ਦਾ ਪਲਾਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਦਸੰਬਰ 'ਚ ਪਬਲਿਸ਼ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ। ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹਿੰਟ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਨਾਟੀ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰਿਵਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ that would not be there, like Nati won't be there in the new point system. Point system was revised last time, but that was in 2012, and right now there is no news exactly when they will be revising the point system. So if you are coming under old rules, definitely Nati will give you 5 points. So imagine like 189 round is happening and you don't have those 5 points because you have not taken Nati. I don't want you to regret in that situation. I would say at this point, if you are yet very far from your permanent residency, your skill points, you can wait, hold on for Nati. But if you are very close, you are already there and just lagging with like 5 points to lodge something. So in that case, you should take it.
Yeah, if you have already booked your Nati exam in next 1 or 2 months, then just go for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Nishit, I don't know. I'm a nurse assistant with experience in aged care and
Geriatrics
certificate. Do I qualify for that?
Okay, so for 186 again, it has 3 different stream, as I said, and there is a labor agreement that in May 2023, the Department of Home Affairs, they have only started in May 2023. Under that, disability support worker, aged care workers, basically, they are eligible for 186. Under labor agreement, not for direct entry. For direct entry as aged care assistant, no, you are not eligible. For labor agreement, yes, with 2 years of experience and your provider, aged care provider, should be having that labor agreement with the Department of Home Affairs, yes, you are eligible in that case.
Okay, Neet, next question is I'm on 482 visa.
Yeah.
Just a minute. As a baker, and is baker being removed from the skill list? Can still I apply for 186?
Okay. Right now, are you on 482 visa? Yes, he said like
I'm
I'm on a
on
482 visa.
Yep.
Right now, that list is just a draft, and it doesn't say that anybody who is already having 482, you cannot apply for 186 TRT. So you will be able to apply, like how, you know, when 457 and they changed the list, people were eligible to apply under RSMS and all, even with the old list. So similarly, you will be able to apply. That's just the draft. And cook, baker, chef, as I'm saying again and again, they are in that targeted consultation. So it means they will be there. And as of now, if you are already holding 482, you should be fine with 186 TRT.
Okay. On Facebook, someone is asking, how's the success rate of tourist to student visa for young applicants?
It is, I would say, very high right now. Today only we got granted. You will see it soon on our page.
Yes.
We got granted 2 tourist to student visa, young applicants, relevant study, progression of study. So in that case, definitely the chances are still very, very high. So don't be into that panic state that tourist to student won't come. It is still there. It is still there.
Okay, so Neet, next question from Gil. She is asking, ma'am, 491 ਲਈ file lodge ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿੰਨਾ time ਰਹਿਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ regional area ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ lodge ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ?
Lodge ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ EOI lodge ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਗਰ 491 ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਫ 2 pay slip ਚਾਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਈਨਸਲੈਂਡ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। I hope ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਈਨਸਲੈਂਡ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। देखो हर एक स्टेट ਦਾ 491 ਦਾ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਟੇਰੀਆ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਹੈ। ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਈਨਸਲੈਂਡ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਸਿਰਫ 2 ਪੇ ਸਲਿਪ ਚਾਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ, ਤਾਂ ਇਟ ਮੀਨਸ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ 15 ਦਿਨ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਰੀਜਨਲ ਚ ਮੂਵ ਹੋਏ ਹੋ, ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਫॉर 491 EOI ਫॉर श्योर।
Okay. Chandrika, she is asking, what are the requirements for 482 in Queensland?
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, 482 visa, 186 visa, these visas are not according to the state. You need to understand there is skilled visa on there, like those skilled visas such as 190, 491. For that, state requirements are there. When it comes to 482, 186, these visas for federal level, like all the state, the same criteria is there. So for 482, you just need 2 years of full-time experience in the last 5 years. Always remember that. And you need an Australian employer ready to sponsor you. So there is no such requirement like different for each state. For all the state, that's the same requirement.
Okay, we have another question on Facebook. Victoria 190, 75 points. 189, 70 points. Carpentry, any chance?
Last financial year, the one which is just about to, not last financial year, I would say this financial year has been very, very tough for all the state, for all the occupation. Carpentry in construction industry, that is definitely in the priority list of many states, especially Western Australia. If we talk about Western Australia, it is in the priority list of that. Victoria has given very less invitation in the last financial year. They have already closed for the ROIs. They will be sending out some more invitations in coming days. Chances, if your visa is expiring soon, I would say don't rely only on the invitations. Start exploring other options, 482, 186 or 407 for now. But if you have time, you can wait for another 6 months. I would say just 6 months. If you have around 1 or 1.5 year of visa, you can wait for another 6 months for the invitation to come. There is a high chance you might have already lodged 189. So there is a good chance in carpentry 189 invitation or 190 invitation to come.
Okay, so next question is, what if age is more than 35?
So right now, you know, for PR, age is still 45. For TR, that is graduate work visa or post-study work visa, yesterday only there was an announcement. And from 1st of July 2024, you will not be able to lodge your TR, that is post-study work visa or graduate work visa, if you are crossing that 35. So in that case, what would be my suggestion, guys? What we need to do, we really need to look at your experience, either here in Australia, or we need to look at your experience back home, whether there can be any kind of skills assessment done, or there can be some kind of employer sponsored visa. So at this point of time, for those who are mature age 35 and plus, I think the best option for those is to find an Australian employer who is ready to sponsor you either for a 407, 482 or 186, depending upon your occupation and other eligibility criteria. That would be the best scenario. Yeah, straight after student, you can jump on to 482 or 407. You still have permanent residency pathway, but take a proper guideline for this, and just don't rely only on one advice. That would be always my suggestion, because sometimes we think like, okay, we have taken one consultation and after that somebody said something and they just rely only on that. Always take 2-3 different opinions and from a registered migration agent always, and then decide. So don't be in that panic state. There is nothing like no hope after 35. Permanent residency age, it is still 45, and there are different ways how we can attain permanent residency. Just need to have a proper PR pathway. You need to have a mentor who can actually guide you how to get permanent residency in this state.
Okay, Neet, next question is, what about DAMA in South Australia?
Yep.
Yep.
DAMA in South Australia, it is a very good opportunity because they have recently added 128 occupation, and in that they have included childcare, they have included truck drivers, all those occupations which are not in the skilled occupation list otherwise. So in that case, what would be my recommendation for DAMA? If you have an employer in DAMA regions, like South Australia, if we talk about whole of South Australia is in DAMA, like they have two different DAMAs, Adelaide Metropolitan and South Australia. Have an employer in those DAMAs and who is ready to sponsor you. In that case, definitely permanent residency is possible through that pathway.
So Gil is asking about painters, like painters by the show.
Okay. Painters, painting trade worker, you guys are in 189 list, 190, 491. 190, 491, Western Australia, very good chances are there for painting trades worker because you guys are in the critical list of Western Australia under that construction industry, and painting trade workers are there. The chances are high. Right now they are close, but you can lodge your EOI. The older the EOI is, better the chances are. And if you are living in Western Australia, the chances are better. 189, the round can happen anytime. And I would again say painting is definitely a good occupation and having a good PR pathway.
I think Gil is asking again
about
Queensland. Queensland, yeah.
For Queensland, 190, 491. This time the invitations were very less. This financial year, we got many motor mechanics, we got transport company managers, chefs, we got engineers as well. Few.
Yes.
But like painters, we haven't got construction. We didn't get it. I think the next invitation round, which is going to happen next week, anytime next week for Queensland, they already indicated that. In that, we may get some invitation. But moving forward to like next the following financial year 24-25, we are very hopeful that the quota will be revised.
Yes. So next question is, skill assessment is necessary for 186 or not?
Yes, skills assessment, it is mandatory. Again, guys, for 482, the skills assessment is time of decision criteria. Even let's say you have lodged the skills assessment, with the receipt, you can lodge 482 visa. But for 186, your skills assessment must be completed. It means not just the lodge, the completed skills assessment is required, mandatory requirement must be there.
Okay. So, Neet, I have a question, like 45 age limit. So, is this a very strict requirement that
for 45?
Yes.
Okay. 186 direct entry, 45 is the age limit, except if you are an academic, let's say university professors and university professionals. Academics, they have age exemption, and people, those who are holding the visa subclass 444-461, they also have age exemption.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And how about the English requirement? So
English requirement for 186 direct entry, 6 each. 6 each, that is must. Again, it is time of application criteria. Before lodging your application for 186 direct entry, you must have 6 each.
Okay. So next question from Nitin. Is they remove the chef from core skill list when they will implement this rule? Okay.
Guys, for core skill occupation list, CSOL, that's just a draft, and that draft says what they are very confident will be on. So on list is their, off list, what they are confident should be removed from the list, and what they are asking for the target consultation, like they are asking the consultation from the industry. So chef is in that category, target consultation. So it's not removed from the list. Right now, they are taking the consultation from industry. And as you are aware, employers, they are opposing this decision. They said like it should be there in the on list, not even the targeted list. targeted list does not mean that the occupation is removed from the list. We are very, very hopeful it will come in the on list very soon, and it was just a draft. Very soon we will get the final list.
Okay, Neeta, I have next question from Facebook. I have applied in September Queensland 491 and 190
Yes.
with 90 and 80 points as a civil engineer.
Yeah.
No invite. Will have any chance upcoming rounds?
Engineers, they
Civil
have
engineer,
invited engineers in the last rounds, invitation rounds. But not many engineers. There were like some particular engineers, like mining engineer was invited by Migration Queensland. As I said, for this financial year, Queensland is tough. And the next round is in next 2 or 3 days. We have next invitation round for Queensland. Hopefully, we'll get some engineers been invited in the next invitation round. Otherwise, all the best for the next round, like 24-25 financial year.
Okay, so next question from Gitanjali. I have finished my graduate diploma in early childhood on 21st of June. Okay. What are the chances for 189 next financial year? Currently, I'm working as a working child sector from last 6 years as a leader, 3 months in pre-kindy.
Okay, with the graduate diploma, I would like to know, Gitanjali, whether you have got your positive skills assessment as early childhood teacher. If yes, lodge your EOI for 189, 190 if you're working as ECT, right? 190, 491 if you are working in regional. Last invitation round for 189 for teachers, that was in December, 18th of December 2023. And today is already like 26th of April. We are hoping very soon there will be an invitation round for 189. Maybe next month there will be an invitation round for teachers, at least teachers and nurses. Definitely there will be around soon.
Okay, so next question is someone is a holder of 491 and he's asking like when he can apply for 186.
Okay, as a holder of 491 visa, guys, you need to wait for 3 years to apply for any kind of permanent residency visa, whether it's 186, whether it's 190 or 191. Anyways, you get eligible for that. So 491, there is a strict limit, like 3 years spending in that regional area, studying, work, and live in regional areas.
Okay. All right. So yes. Remote. So I think we have answered this one.
Yes.
Okay. So Neet, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How about the business? Like for 186, any business can sponsor. So let's say someone is cook, so like chef or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So any business can sponsor, or is there anything like we need to consider those things?
Okay. So when it comes to 186, business or your employer, it plays an important role just because it is an employer nominated scheme. So it means employer's finances, organization chart of the employer, whether the position is genuine and how they are justifying that the position is genuine, whether they are paying you AMSR. So all these things are very important when it comes to 186 or 482 visa. And as Navneet, you're asking, let's say a chef and he is looking to get 186 direct entry from the employer. So in that case, there are some caveats that everybody needs to satisfy. So the caveat is one is the your cafe or your restaurant, it should not be in the factory setting, and also the cafe should not be a limited cafe or restaurant should not be a limited service restaurant. So imagine if it's a kind of arrangement where they're just providing you coffee and very limited menu is there. In that case, definitely a chef cannot be sponsored from that kind of business. And if it's a takeaway shop or if it's a fast food restaurant, so in that case, getting a chef sponsorship, it is hard. Nomination of a chef is hard in that case.
Okay. So Nitin is asking, the list will also impact on 186 or just 482 visa?
Right now, CSL, they just simply mention it is for TSS. That means 482 visa only. They didn't mention anywhere about 186. And that is what we are hopeful. It is only for 482 visa.
Okay, so next question from Henry. Can I apply for student visa after finishing my 408? Want to change from accounting to plumber?
Okay, Andre, in that case, first of all, I would say if your 408 visa is left, let's say even 6 months, 7 months, right now, it's a good time to apply for student visa. And from accounting, why you want to change into plumbing? It should not be okay just because for permanent residency I want to study plumbing. You should have some kind of evidence, maybe like you started working in that industry, plumbing industry, and you got interested into that, or there should be some kind of evidence why you want to study plumbing from accounting. So if you can provide those kind of evidence and justification, definitely you can go from accounting to plumbing.
Okay, next question from Pupinder. He's asking, ma'am, I'm in Darwin, 2
Mhm.
years, cookery done, job ready, chef done, 65 points. What are the chances for me?
Okay, Darwin, right now, anti last time it was very bad because they haven't even opened for 190 and only 491 was opened. Next financial year, there are chances. Again, if just keep working in your nominated occupation, I would say improve your points. At least you should be eligible for 189 as well. At the same time, just don't rely only on skilled visa. And if your visa is expiring, Bhupinder, I would say talk to your employer whether they are ready to sponsor you. Consider your options for 482 and 186 if you are eligible. And cook cannot apply 186 direct entry. Chef, definitely you can apply 186 direct entry.
Okay, so next question. What if one loses a job while the 186 visa is applied? Also, how long is the processing time for 186?
Okay, for 186, guys, you are what you're doing, you are making a contract with the employer. That employer needs you for next 2 years. And if you're losing your job during the processing time, it may lead to the nomination refusal. So you really need to talk to your migration agent about it. It is a very critical situation. Don't take it lightly. So if you are no more working with the same employer who has applied for your 186, it is definitely a very dicey situation.
Yes, Pupinder, Neet already answered your question. So if you have any further question, you can ask again. Next question is, I'm running 6 months start NSW regional as a chef.
Mhm.
Can I apply 491 pathway 1 or D2 complete 6 months?
6 months needs to be completed. They are very strict on that. And I would say, sorry, your name, it's Love You Zindagi. Yeah. So in that case, what you need to do, write an email to RDA, whichever RDA, and get their permission if you want to apply before. But they are very strict. That's what I'm saying. But again, yeah.
Next question from Facebook. Harjeet, he's asking, I have 70 points for 491 as a chef.
Yeah.
Any chance for invite this year?
This year, as I already said, this financial year is tough, but next financial year, definitely we are hopeful for the next financial year.
Okay, so Jen, thank you so much for my 482. Okay, it's granted today itself actually. Can't wait to apply for 186 direct entry.
So Jennifer, we are also equally happy. So Jen here today, our viewer, she got her 482 approved through Visa Empire. So
congratulations, Jen.
Congratulations, Jen. We are very happy, and also we cannot wait to apply your 186 direct entry. Thank you so much for your trust.
Next question, is the dependent of bachelor degree allowed to work unlimited during semester break? No.
During semester break, student visa, all student visa holders and dependent, they can work full time.
My brother's student visa is expiring within 6 months. Can he apply another visa without PTE?
So it depends. If on student visa, let's say you have already completed a Cert 4 or a diploma, in that case you won't need PT. But if on student visa you have not completed any studies, in that case you would need PT, again depending upon the level of the institution, whether level 1 is there, and then in that case you don't need PT.
Bhupinder is asking again, ma'am, what if my restaurant is not that busy and sale is not that good as well? Also salary is 46K.
Bhupinder, it is, remember, 482, 186. Anybody can apply for your 482, 186. But we always need to think about the prospect of getting approved and successful outcome. If you are getting 46K and you know that the threshold income right now is 70K, how would we justify, like why the jump is like from 46, today you're earning 46 and tomorrow the jump is 70K? What was the reason? They always want to see whether the position is created for migration purposes or it's a genuine position. And as we are saying, it's not doing well. How they will say that they can afford a chef the pay of a chef, which is 70,000. So in that case, I would recommend you changing the employer and look for an employer who can financially afford you and can sponsor you then.
Yeah. So Henry, he's asking, I have 4 months of plumbing experience. Will it be enough to change from accounting to plumbing? He has
Okay.
asked like before.
Yes, Andre. In that case, if you already have plumbing experience, so we can actually prove that there are incentive why you want to study from accounting to plumbing. Definitely, there is a relevancy from your employment. You got interested into that. That's a very good point. Yes.
Next question, can you please provide me email of NSW Regional Wollongong REA? It will be highly appreciated for me.
Yes, sure. In that case, I would ask you to send us an email on info@visaempire.com.au and we will reply. So if you need some kind of help like this, need some email addresses of the department or anything, in that case, send us an email. We will reply to your email.
Okay, so next one, please respond. Yes, we are trying to answer everyone. I'm so sorry if we have missed anyone. You can ask again.
Jen, thank you so much.
Okay, how long is the processing time? Okay, Grim Reaper.
What processing time? Grim, for 186 processing time, it depends upon the occupation. If let's say healthcare occupational has applied for 186, their processing times are very, very quick. 1 to 2 months we are getting the grants. Whereas if you talk about accounting, we are getting grants in 7 to 8 months. Again, it depends upon the occupation, I would say, purely.
Do I need to pay super if I'm working on ABN? Okay.
Yes, for superannuation, I would always say pay superannuation even if you're working on ABN, just because when we have to claim experience points, so superannuation is one of the most important document that can prove your work experience.
Okay, Mustafa is asking, my wife spouse visa is still pending and now she's on visitor visa and it's about to expire.
Okay, Mustafa, today we are actually focusing only on 186 visa. But if your wife's visitor visa has expired, definitely in that case she has to leave, or you can ask your migration agent. There is a way to try for bridging visa for the spouse visa, which is lodged already offshore. So ask your migration agent, whosoever lodged it.
Okay, Shine asking, some consultancy says dependent of bachelor have to abide by 48 hours fortnight throughout their stay.
You can confirm with your migration agent. The rule is like anyone who is a holder of student visa during the semester break, they can work full time.
Okay, if my dependent husband will be 35 year while applying for TR, can I apply as I will be under 35 year?
Yes, definitely. So for primary applicant, the age is only for primary applicant. So primary applicant needs to be less than 35, but for secondary applicant, you can be of any age.
All right. Can I apply right after, or do I have to wait few weeks to apply for new visa? Mustafa, for a wife, he was asking before.
You can apply right after. You can do it. Need not to wait. I understand what your question is. You can do it.
Okay. So yes, next question from Vishu. Early childhood teacher already I have done. Can I put file 189?
Okay, so you already did your skills assessment. In that case, yes, you can lodge your EOI. If 65 points are there, you can lodge your EOI.
So next question, what is the criteria for 186 visa? Currently on 417 and looking to access for PR. Yeah.
So for 186, the basic eligibility criteria is 3 years of full-time experience in your nominated occupation. Your occupation must be in medium to long-term skill occupation list. I'm talking about 186 DE. Age must be under 45 and you must have a positive skills assessment and 6 each in English. So these are the eligibility criteria for 186.
Okay. So next question, do we have to pay superannuation quarterly or we can also pay it?
So in that case, I would say just talk to your accountant. I'm a migration agent. Talk to your accountant and ask these accountancy questions. But yes, superannuation is required. I can tell you that.
Mustafa, thank you guys. Thank you, Mustafa. Next question from Henry. If I have worked in cash, but I have an employer letter, can I use it as a proof to change course? Okay.
Yes. I got like from accounting to plumbing. So in that case, employer letter is there. If you have some pay slips, that can be added advantage. Do that.
All right. So next question, is IT in the PR course list?
So IT, it's very broad. If you talk about IT, the list is very broad. It can be Masters of Information Technology, Masters of Information System, Cyber Security. I don't know which one you are asking. And like, you need to tell me the nominated occupation, and then I can tell you whether it's in the PR list or not.
Yes. Dano is asking, my career background is in aviation ground operations for last 6 years.
Mhm.
I'm 24 years old from Ireland.
So for 186, there is a list for the nominated occupation. So saying that aviation background, I cannot actually determine what nominated occupation. Is it aviation engineer? Is it aviation what manager? What? So in that case, you need to specify. I would say what you do, send us an email with your brief detail, like, okay, what role you have been working, how many years of experience, what's your English level, and then we can determine. Also, guys, for initial eligibility criteria, there is a free consultation on our
Yes.
website. Go to our website, book a free consultation. If you're just looking for us to determine the initial eligibility, whether you are eligible or not, you can always go to our
Yeah,
website
you
and
can
go
book
for
a
that.
15 minutes free consultation always.
Yeah.
Okay, so next, Veerpal, valuable information. Thank you, Veerpal. Thanks for your kind words.
Thank you.
Can you clearly confirm whether dependent of bachelor is allowed to work unlimited? He was asking.
Shine, in
before
that case, send us an email, because I have already answered this question twice in the live webinar. So I want you to send us an email exactly what you want to know.
Vishu is asking, any chance early childhood 65 points?
Early childhood teachers, they got invitation many times in the past. In the last financial year, they got many times invitation at 65 point. This current financial year is very tough. That's the reason people have to wait at 65 points. But yes, the chances are good.
Grim is asking, what if one lose the job in 186 process?
Grim, I already answered this. Like, if you have lost the job during 186 processing time, it's a very critical situation. Go and talk to your migration agent. Just because 186 means the employer nominated scheme, it means employer actually needs your skill. They need you for next 2 years. That is why you are applying for this visa. So if you lost your job, if you have lost already your job during the process of 186, in that situation, you really need to go and talk to your migration agent about the possible options. Or you can always book a free consultation, not free, sorry, migration consultation. Yes. Initial eligibility is definitely, you go to our website, but migration consultation, they are all paid, and you can go to our website and book it, like if you really need a concrete answer, depending upon your circumstances.
Yes. Next question is partner tourist visa processing time, please.
Partner tourist visa processing time, if it's a general stream, and in that case, it's taking anywhere about 2 to 4 weeks. If it's a family sponsored stream, it is taking somewhere from 4 to 8 weeks.
Yes. Okay, so next question. I'm 22, doing diploma in information technology. Not sure if the path I have chosen leads to PR or not. Yeah.
Okay. So diploma in information technology, if the major subjects, like the majoring in telecommunication, definitely there is a PR pathway. You have 4 skills assessment that you can get it done after completion of your diploma of IT. And it is in the list of 189, 190, and 491. Yes.
Andre is asking again, how long can it take a student visa refusal appealing nowadays?
Okay. Andre, student visa, if it gets refused, right now AAT is very quick. They are replacing AAT with ART anytime sooner, right? So if they are applying, like if you're appealing your decision, student visa refusal, it can come within 1 to 2 months. Still, there are people, those who are waiting for last 6 to 7 months. Yeah. Again, it depends. It totally depends. But you can't say you have applied for the appeal and it's going to take 2 to 3 years, 2 years, like how it used to take. Right now, it's quick.
Okay. Okay. New message.
Yeah.
Can I directly apply for PR after completion of Bachelor in Nursing?
After completion of Bachelor's in Nursing, firstly, you need to get RN license. Once you have RN license, you need to apply for skills assessment from NMAC. That's the skills assessment body. Once you have a positive skills assessment and have 65 points of your own, you can apply for 189 EOI. Depending upon which state you live in and what's the criteria for that state that time, you are also eligible for 190 and 491.
Okay, next question from Facebook.
Yes.
Preet Man is asking, I applied 186 in June, but
Yeah.
no, last year, but no update yet, not even nomination approved. When
Okay.
can I accept?
It depends like which
for that?
occupation you have applied for. Some occupation they are taking up to 12 months. So June, yeah, it is nearly there. You should be getting a response very soon.
All right. Yep. Next question.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, if you have any further questions or you want to book a free consultation, like free initial consultation, then you can go to our website, and for migration consultation, yes, you can check if we have any available slot for next week. You can always book. All right. And
We have answered this. We have answered
yeah,
this
I'm
as
just
well.
checking because I have got so many questions, so I hope
Yeah.
we have answered everyone.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Yeah, right now I think like most of you are in that panic state, especially those who are mature age students, 35 and above, that okay, there is no PR pathway. Guys, remember there is always a solution. Don't start focusing only on the problem. Right now the problem is there in front of you. The problem is, okay, you cannot apply for TR, but what's the solution? Start focusing on solution. There are many solutions, there are many options. Only thing, you need a proper guidance, and get a proper guidance. You may be eligible for some kind of visas, 407, 482, 186. 407 visa, to be eligible, even your study experience, like if you have studied something and the employer is there in the nominated field, they are ready to sponsor you. In the last 2 years, if you have studied for 1 year 12 months, you are still eligible to apply for 407. Explore your options. Don't focus only on that problem that has come right now in front of you, that after 35 you won't be able to apply. So don't focus on that problem.
Anuj, he's asking Victoria 190 75 points, 189 70 points as a carpenter. What are the chances for me?
Victoria, what they were doing this financial year, they were sending out invitation on high points, and people with partner skills. Let's say a partner is having competent English and partner is having a positive skills assessment. Those were the people, those who got invitation from Victoria in IT backgrounds, even accountants, those who got invitation. People with skilled employment, they got invitation. Victoria has been tough this financial year. They closed yesterday only, day before yesterday. But they are going to send out invitation, the leftover invitations, very soon. Hopefully you'll get the invitation.
So next question for you. I applied ROI in South Australia visa, and visa is expiring in November. What are the chances for South Australia?
South Australia, from 1st of July, they will be getting the revised quota, and in that the chances can be good, in I would say, for South Australia, if your visa is expiring in November, because South Australia always prioritize people, those who have their visas expiring in next 6 months. They generally prioritize those applications. So next financial year quota, I am hopeful for you.
I think his occupation is chef with 65 points basically.
Yes.
For that, yeah.
Yes, any occupation, South Australia will give out invitation once they got the quota in hand. They don't have quota left.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
So I think the same question he's asking.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, Neet, what else you want to discuss here for our clients, like for 186 visa basically? Yeah.
So 186 visa is a permanent residency visa, as I mentioned. I know right now, if you ask your employer that you need a sponsorship for 186 visa, what I've seen, people are being given option to apply for 482 rather than going for 186 direct entry, even if they are eligible. So in that case, you may have to, change your employer who is ready to give you sponsorship for 186, or you may have to settle down with that 482 sponsorship for now if your visa is expiring, and later on either wait for the invitation or then being with the same employer. And they want you to, what employers are doing, they are looking for long-term commitments, and with 186 direct entry, they think that the moment you get your permanent residency, you're going to leave them.
Definitely,
because there is no visa condition that you have to work for the same employer. However, there is a moral obligation, and you have already signed the contract that you will be working for the same employer for the next 2 years. So in that case, what I would say, visa is expiring, not getting an invitation, rather than going back to student visa, and student visa refusal chances are high, you can opt for 482. If they are ready to give you 482, you can opt for that.
Yeah.
494 is another option, guys. If you have 3 years of work experience and your occupation is not there in that medium to long term list, that is for direct entry, in that case 494 visa is a very good option, because there is a guaranteed, almost guaranteed pathway for permanent residency from 494.
Okay.
So if your employer is ready to give you 494, visa is expiring soon, then that's another option that you can opt for.
And what will be the PR pathway after 494?
It will be 191.
Okay.
It will be
Okay.
again 191 from 494, exactly like how from 491 191 is there. Same way it is 494 and 191.
Okay, all right. Next question from Narayan. How long does it take to renew 482 visa? My 482 visa is expiring next month.
To renew 482 visa, you need to start preparing I think now, if your visa is expiring next month, in that case start preparing now for the renewal, basically for the second 482 visa. Yes.
Okay.
So it's the same process you have to follow. It's not that easy.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So next question, can 408 visa holder work with ABN in second
Sorry, I didn't get it.
yeah, even second job? I don't know.
In the second job.
Job,
Okay,
should
408.
be job.
With 408 visa, there was leniency. Earlier, the 408 visa condition was you have to only work for the approved sponsor. But later on, they said for 408 visa, you can work for you can work, let's say, 10 hours for approved sponsor, and rest of the work you can do either on ABN, TFN. 408 visa, there is no such restriction. So you are free to work on ABN on the second job.
Okay. So next question from Manvinder. 186 direct entry chef nomination approved, but 3 years experience is not post qualification. 2 years overseas and 1 year here. So am I eligible or no?
So actually for 186 direct entry, the experience is always post qualification.
Okay.
So the qualification that you need to check with the ENSCO, the qualification for ENSCO, it's diploma level, and after that 3 years of post qualification experience is required.
Loveleen, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ Loveleen, ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ? Okay, ਆਪਣੀ ਹੁਣ ਗੱਲ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ post qualification ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, and how about like 482 ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ
482, there is no such requirement. The experience needs to be post qualification. For 482, the experience can be during qualification, it can be before qualification, it can be after qualification, but for 186 it needs to be post qualification.
Okay, yeah. So yes, guys, if you have any further questions, you can just drop us a message before we finish today's live.
Yeah. So we are just about to finish now.
Yes, yes, and we will answer you. Okay, next question. Ma'am, can I get 186 approved if my BBC section 48 bar if I leave country?
186, if you already got the nomination approval while onshore, you can get your nomination approval, and subject to if there is no ban as such on your visa, whatever section 48 is there, just make sure there's no ban. You can get approval offshore. There's no problem. Like we got many approvals offshore with section 48 bar client for 494, even BVE holders for 491. We got many approvals. So there should not be a problem if the nomination has already been approved and the experience that you are claiming, that is all genuine. You have evidence to prove, and you have English. All the requirements are fulfilled. You should be fine.
Neeta, I have a question. Like, can someone claim their experience if their experience is on bridging visa, let's say E or something?
Okay, so bridging visa E, no, you cannot. You cannot claim that experience. There are different requirements for skill visa. Even on bridging visa C, you cannot claim experience. I've seen people claiming the experience, getting the grant. Guys, I always say, if your friend got granted, whereas the legislative requirement was not there, but still that person got granted, don't think that's the rule. It was just like, he was lucky, and the case officer just ignored. If a smart case officer comes in for your case, in that case you may get the refusal for claiming experience. Such
Basically,
experience.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. I did certificate 4 in cookery and diploma through.
Yeah. So in that case, a post qualification experience should be fine. How long? 494
for 2 approved.
Okay, for 494 approval, again depending upon the occupation, health occupation, very quick. 494, a recent 494 approval was in 2.5 months.
Okay, actually, his question was like diploma through RPL.
Yes, diploma through RPL is fine, but post qualification.
In next financial year, I have to apply
Right,
ROI
again or not, they will consider old.
Okay.
With South Australia, they always mention whenever they'll be opening for the next financial year, they will tell you, they will guide you whether they want new ROI or with the old ROI, that should be fine. So you have to keep an eye on the updates. You can follow us on social media. We always update that.
Yes. PS chef occupation. Okay, he was asking like 494 approval time of 494. His occupation is chef.
Okay,
So
for
basically,
chef, we got baker's approval in 2.5 months. So chef should be the same time, almost same time.
Yeah.
So it again depends. It varies from anywhere from 4 to 6 months. You can say like 2 to 6 months. You can say.
So thank you. Yeah. So guys, yes.
Going to end now.
Yeah. Can a student visa who got a not satisfactory outcome during COVID time apply for a student visa now? Like basically, he's asking.
Sorry, I didn't get your question, Andre. Like, can a student visa who got a not satisfactory outcome during COVID time means like
can apply for a
you haven't passed your assessments and all? If that's the case, in that case, you can apply for student visa. Saying that why you couldn't complete your course during COVID, like what were the stress factors and triggers, you can mention everything in your SOP, GST statement, and should be fine.
All right. I think we have answered everyone. If you have any further questions, you can just message us, you can email us, you can join us, or you can follow us on social media channels and book your consultation, and we will help you out. Anything like you want to
right now, my message, the last message here in today's webinar would be, guys, don't lose hope, stay strong. At this point, when the immigration rules are changing, there have been ups and downs always in Australian immigration. Doesn't matter like if there are some legislative changes that gonna stay here forever. There can be like new governments coming in, kicking in, and then they may change the rules again. In that case, what would be my advice? Start exploring other options. Don't be just very panicked and in that stress that okay, there are no more options available. I would say just start looking at the options like 407, 482, 186. These are the options available even from student visa later on if you are not getting your 485. But yes, there are options available, and talk to migration agents, and then you will have those options.
Okay, Dano just sent a message through website. Okay, Dano, yes, definitely we will reply you back, and thanks for your message. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us today.
And our next webinar will be on visitor visa, visitor to student visa, the conversion, and what are the success rates, and how to get the approval, how to make your file decision ready. Also, we will be talking about the student visa, current student visa, and applying student visa after 485, 408. So that would be the topic for the next
we'll
webinar.
Talk about GST as well. Like
yes, we will definitely talk about GST in the next webinar.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Yeah. To do that.
And